Hey everyone, this is Geo from Laughing Man Productions², and I'm back tonight to do a little more work on Space Crusade for our developers vlog, our fourth developers vlog. So last time we were working on this, what I got left over here. We had finished doing all the stuff for spreads, and I was trying to figure out a way to call them, or somewhere where they determine which ones to use. I think the best thing we could do for that, though, is to just use a function in the ship class that will, determine which one to use, and then return it. As a pointer. Or something like that, but we'd have to do it from the damage class, I think. Because we'd want to be pulling the damage information out of that. Well, we'll figure it out eventually here. Let's see, so what are the other options we have to worry about? So let's see, up here somewhere. So all weapons is 1, spread is 2, fire weapon system is 3, and specific weapons 4. So 1 is all. So 1, 3, and 4. We'll go ahead and do those next. However, we do need to have other menus for these, for 2 and 3, or rather 3 and 4. 1, you just fire them all, don't need to have any interaction with these 2, though you have to actually pick the weapon system or the specific weapon to fire. So we're going to need to create more stuff there. Alright, so we'd want to call the message proc function for that. Actually, we need to create a new thing here. So it would be int msg proc battle choose spread, and we pass an int SWS spreads, or SW spreads. So what we do then is just call, let's see, pchoice equals well, no, it would have to be pchoice for sure. Next, we have to return the spread we want to use, but I think we would then send that to a damage class. Damage function, I mean, to the damage class. So, pchoice equals mp dot, right there. First one we want to pass through mplayer dot pship dot yes, player and mplayer. So, player and mplayer. So create spread, get disable timer. We need to be able to get that value, so I want to put in here something to get number of weapon spreads created. Oops. Did I not add that in yet? Apparently not. Well, bullcrap. Alright, now. Wait, what? What the hell's going on here? Damn. I just closed it, didn't I? Oh well, I didn't add too much to it anyway, so. Doesn't matter that much. So get SW spreads. I could have sworn I had created that. I guess not. Well, let's go ahead and create it then. So int I want to say return SW spreads. Yeah. Okay, we're in battle. Playership dot get SW spreads. Okay. So if we go back over to player here, there's player H. So how's the player getting turned into a pointer? If not through here. Maybe we have it done over on hostile and figure out how it's implemented there, and then we can figure out how it is over here. So, maybe it's done through battle processing. So, I'm trying to figure out where this is being called from. Find DP, so find D dot battle player attack. Aha. So was that? Gotcha. Okay, so it's not a return, it's just a, okay, gotcha. Well, if we're sending this over to there, then we can access that stuff from over there. So we wouldn't have to send anything to it other than what the player chose. As far as which spread, and we can use that as the there's one there called current spread, I believe. There's a variable called current spread. we can use that for this purpose as well. We'll use it as a double, dual purpose kind of thing. Yeah, this is used for creating them, but we can also use them for choosing the current one to be used. So all we have to do is do a set CW spread function here to use that. So void, or wait, no, up here. Get or set C current weapon spread. Send through int current spread. Void ship set C weapon spread. So SC weapon spread equals C spread. Alright, now, excuse me. One thing we do have to do though is to pass a variable, or maybe even just some sort of flag like a string, or a set of bools or something. Bools, I think maybe bools will work better because it'd just be true or false. We wouldn't have to try and do the whole string thing. We have to send something to indicate what type of attack it is. If it's a specific weapon, a spread, a system, or just everything, so that battle would know what to do with it. So we'd say mplayer.p ship.set and spread p choice. Now I want to create some bools for whatchamacallit, the player attack. This, and we're going to say all out spread system single. Then we're going to add these in here too. Bool all out, bool spread, bool system. I'll say W system so we're not doing something weird with it. And then bool single. Grab these. come up there. Back over to damage. .h. For this one, comma, put in those. The same thing here. Alright, so back over here. Need to add some more bools. Attack type flags, we'll say. Bool all out. Spread W system single. Okay, over here we then say all out equals false, spread equals true, system equals false, and single equals false. Then we say mPlayer dot b attack So for this one, we just say, just have this stuff here. Except this would be false. This would be true. Now for this one, three is for a weapons system. I'm just thinking, am I going to have to put something similar to what I did with thread for each one of these, or is there a way we can do this without having to resort to that? I don't think there is, though. So what we're going to have to do then is, yeah, I think we'll just do that. That'll be the easiest way, I think, to deal with the issue at hand. So void set current weapon int c weapon, and void set current weapon system int c w system. Of course, then we have to get those later on. Get okay, we'll create the functions for those. Ship set current weapon int c weapon ship current weapon equals c weapon. Void ship set current weapon system int cw system SCW system. Okay, and then we'll add those variables down here. Current S current weapon and S current weapon system. Okay, next we need to well, we need to create a menu here. I think we're going to have to do something similar to what we did in the ship over here, ship class, with this one. Where we had that, or wait, no, it's over message, where we had that crazy thing. Where are you? I know you're here somewhere. I think this is it here. Yeah. Where we try to find the values of these. Actually, I think those are sent by... Look back at ship. Those are sent by... yeah. But I need to have a function which will grab each of these so I can use them from other functions and having to go over here and do this kind of a thing. Which is annoying. But then we can also use it for this. So let's say, let's grab these. Get rid of those. We'll come back and replace that later. So. Int ship get L weapons. Return damn it. Return lbanks.size int ship get M weapons return oops mturrets.size. Int ship get our weapons int ship get h weapons return. Okay. Now we just need to add those over here. Okay, those are all added. Now back up here to this thing, wherever it was at. Must have passed it. So where is this thing? Come on out, where we were. Here we go. So we'll just call get L weapons, get M weapons, get R weapons, and get H weapons. Then we'll use those over here as well for what we need to do. So with the new menu for this thing. So over here we go to battle proc, P choice equals MP dot battle choose weapon system. We'll use something similar, but we will alter it a bit. So there's that for the first part. Actually, we just copy the whole thing and then just modify it as needed. So instead of this, we're going to say we need to pass mPlayer, player and mPlayer. I don't know why I didn't think of that before, because I should have. Player and mPlayer, and from here I need to pass it on. P ship dot get and that's how we'll deal with it. So H, R, M, and we can move the last one as L. Okay. Easy enough. Okay, so return that to battle, and then we send that along with, or send that to the player class, or the ship class, so mplayer.p ship set current. And we do the same thing with this, except it's a little more complicated because now we have to do a single weapon, which means we have to go through each weapon system, weapon group's weapons. False. So we need to make a new one of these, obviously. Int battle, choose weapon, player, and player. So int SG proc battle, choose weapon, player, and player. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to alright, so first things first, we need to find the total number of weapons. So total weapons equals, first we're going to have to add a int down here for that. Equals let's open a still there. So mplayer.p ship.get l weapons plus H R M. So it's going to add the size of the arrays, or the vectors, to one another to get the total number of weapons. It shouldn't be. Int total weapons. No, it sees it. Stupid IntelliSense is being a pain in the ass still. I don't know what Microsoft did do IntelliSense, but excuse me, it's a lot less accurate now. And well, not all the time, but sometimes, like in this case. Anyway, so we have that. So now we go for I equals 0. I is less than total weapons. I plus plus. Alright, so now what we want to do is to create some new things here. So int lasers. But we already used lasers before, didn't we? Well, not as that's right. They're part of the yeah. So we're gonna end down here then. Well, let's not use the same number, or same terminology, because I don't want to conflict it with that. So we'll just say this: laser missile rail heavy. So for let's see, lasers, laser equals. Let's grab all these. So what we're gonna do is create a way in which we display all the weapons that we need to. So we say if laser is greater than 0, I'm going to print out the laser thing here. So mPlayer dot pship dot lbanks dot at I dot get dot HP weapon dot get name. Well, that's gonna be kind of hard. So still we'll do I2 for this one. And what'll happen is that is this. So then laser minus equals 1. Else if missile is greater than 0. Whoops, we want to say count. I Okay. I'm going to add one more to here and say type. Well, this could be interesting. That's gonna be a good place to stop for right now. I don't want to go too much longer. I just wanted to do just a little while, just get some more work done on it. But I think what we'll do is when I come up the next time is we'll actually create some of those create one of those functions where we can just update the variables without having to return them. In other words, if you remember how to pass and return two variables with one function, because we need to return the type as well. So we'll have to figure out how to get that to work. But thanks for watching these videos, or I guess videos. I don't think it's been that long. Well, if it's one video, if it's two videos, videos. Hope you enjoyed them, and if you did, appreciate if you would vote them up. We'd also appreciate if you'd subscribe to our channel, and I will see you when I come back to do some more of this. Alright, now that I passed out, got some sleep. No, actually, I did kind of pass out, but hopefully I'll be able to actually get some damn work done now. So we're working on this. We're trying to figure out for the whole weapons thing, if you're going to use all the weapons at once, how to deal with that in this weapon spread system I've created. This crazy thing I've created, and how to get that to work with that. So I think the thing that's going to be the best thing to do is just to create a function that acts like the weapon spread function does, weapon spread creation function does, except that we are just cycling through all the weapons on the ship and adding every weapon to the vector. I think that would probably be the best way to handle it. Even though it's going to be somewhat complicated, we'll just have to deal with it. So, we need to go up here. Let's see, where is the get number of critical weapon spreads? No, we don't need that. Need the damn it, here it is. Okay. So, create weapon spread. Set CW spread. So, these shouldn't be set. These should be something else. This sets the value for one of the, I think it's for one of the things. These need to be similar to this one, though. Let's go to, maybe do I have the code for this done? C weapon spread equals C spread. Okay, so that sets the set currently, or set user selected spread for use. Alright, so create, or Huh. Well, no, if you think about it, these are fine. Because these don't need to have a vector. This one that we're doing on now does, so. So actually, let's replace these where they were. Screw that. Let's see, set user selected weapon for use, and set user selected weapon system for use. Alright, now we need to just do a void. Let's see. Actually, it should be SC weapon spread. Nah, I guess not. What do you see? I guess it doesn't have to have an S on it. Even though some of them do, they don't need to. So void. Let's see. So I'm going to say create. Weapons vector, I guess we'll call it. Create weapon, let's see, all out attack vector. We'll say all out attack. That's not what it's going to be called, but we'll just reference it as that in the code here. So now we need to go down to here. Go to definition. Because essentially I'm just going to take this code. And we're going to copy it. Cut out a bunch of it because we won't need everything in here. We only need part, like a small part of it. And do it that way. We need to make the new vector though, I think. I did. I need to figure out what the... No, I didn't finish it. SW vector. Okay, minus bombs, obviously. So we're going to go over here and say, this is actually a very early edition of this. There is no time in the past 5 years that I'd be up working on stuff at 7:32 in the morning. It's just, and you know, be able to be coherent about it, because usually whenever I'm up this early, it's because I'm doing an all-nighter or something. Well, I shouldn't say that, because whenever I'm recovering from all-nighters, I do sometimes wake up early. Maybe this will get me back on a bloody regular schedule, I don't know. So for all attempts to try and get myself back on a regular sleep schedule have failed miserably, so I don't expect it to work now. We need to rename this to something else. Create vector, I think. Whoops. There's no way in vector, damn it. So what we need to do now is we need to add every weapons system in, so we will not need to use the continue. We won't need to check this stuff either. I'll keep that just for a point of reference. Take that out. Alright, so now we will need to make an entry into the message database. Message proc. I want to call it, well, not call it, but I want to have it be, well, actually we need to do several. Let's say adding laser weapons to what do we call it though? I'm not going to say vector because that's not, it's going to be, you know, it needs to be something that's recognizable as, you know, something that would be immersive. In other words, it wouldn't be something like adding stuff to vector. Pulling you out of the game, making you realize, oh wait, it's just a game. Talking about vectors, what are vectors? We need to make sure that's something that will make sense with the game world. Like weapon spread makes sense, but this isn't technically a weapon spread. And we're talking about adding something to something else. So it's not actually adding it to a weapon spread, it's adding it to a queue, I guess. We'll say weapon queue. Adding to weapons, laser weapons to attack queue. I guess we can do it that way. ... Adding a missile. Well, now that we will have player interaction with this, we'll need to, but it won't be what you think. What we'll do is we'll actually allow you to say which weapon systems you want to go first. So if you have, missiles that will allow for more damage from the other systems later on, you want to use those first, you'll be able to. So say like you have like a EMP bomb or EMP missile or something, and you take that down, use that to take down the shields, and then you can use the railguns and then the lasers to do the optimum amount of damage, or lasers then railguns to do more damage, based on whatever weapons you have equipped. So I think we'll do it that way. The way I try to do this stuff is to allow the player to have the most tools at their disposal for tactical and strategic gameplay. So if you have a set of weapons that, when used together, can cause a hell of a lot of damage, and you want to use those systems in the way that when you use them, then you'll be able to do that with this. The only thing you won't be able to do that with is the individual weapon thing, because of course you're using only one weapon. So it'd be the follow-up weapon in that case that you'd be using for the to continue the chain of tactical attacks. But we'll need these anyway, so we'll add them just to get a head start on it. It's so much easier to think of this stuff now. It's like, holy crap. It's amazing what a few hours of sleep will do. Or a couple hours, like a day and a half, 2 days without sleep will do. Having a lot of scorpions around lately, so I'm just doing a check real quick. See if there are any floating around anywhere. Let's see, well, if there's something in here that's not on a wall, I'm not going to be able to freaking see it, because if I had a camera on there, you'd see there's just piles of boxes and C++ books, Final Fantasy walkthrough strategy guides for when I was working on the Final Fantasy fan site. Various scattered game cases and game discs, for that matter, and some other various assortment of loose paper, computer hardware, tools, and boxing filler spread around everywhere. Oh, and some guitar strings too. And Full Metal Alchemist action, or I don't say action figures, but they're PVC figurines. This is a total bloody mess. Yes, and my Christmas Carol leg lamp head knocker. If anybody's seen, I think it's either a Christmas Carol or Christmas